Attention all my gamers and NFT enthusiasts. The Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast is hooked up with the Lightest Sphere Network to offer you something special. Go to the top line of the description box and click on the link to play a season preview of the game Finesse Shadow Warriors. Is brought to you by play.finesse.fun. Go to the top line of the description box if you into NFTs and if you into gaming. Go have non-stop fun. Tell me your boy Hogg sent you. The link is the top line of the description box. Play.finesse.fun. Go get it.
Family shit. That's pimp label. That's pimping Mama West. You know what I mean? Pimping his mom.
Yeah. If you can talk about your first time meeting and running Bun B.
First time I met Bun. Was it the trying to think if it was when Jeezy. Yeah. No. It was the Dallas concert. And they wasn't really speaking. So I mean we came up on, so if you're looking at the stage, right? We came up, him and all of us and UGK Records came up on this side of the stage, and Bun and the Middle Fingers and the Trill Gladiator Camp, they came up on that side. And all of us stood over here and all them stood over there, and them two niggas ain't speak to each other the whole time, but they rocked the shit out that show. Like, cause you know, it's like they've been doing it for so long, it's whatever, and shit, when it was over, you know, Bun them left, and Pimp was the type to stay and give everybody who wanted to hug a hug, everybody who wanted to take a picture. So we stayed probably about an hour and a half after the show was over. And that was the first time that I could say I met Bun, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't like we met, and it was just like, there you go right there. You know what I'm saying? Because it had been months and we had been going through shows and shit. That was the only UGK show that was done that I was a part of, because they wasn't doing UGK shows. They was really just doing, you know, you either book Pimp or you book Bun. Right? That's what was going on at that time.
Gotcha. So, all right, so we from New Jersey, right? The first time, I can't speak for my cousin, I think I'm right. The first time we got introduced to UGK was Big Pimpin' when they did it with Jezzy. The first time we seen Bun B, Pimp C do their thing from the East Coast, right? I was in Houston a couple weeks ago. I'm going into the Houston airport. I'm going down Baggage Claim. I see this big-ass portrait of Bun B and Pimp C in the airport. This is how much they were idolized out there, right? But when you live on the East Coast, if you're not directly from there, you just have this conception that UGK is what they is. Bun B, Pimp C. But
yeah,
book, you listen to stories, it wasn't exactly how it was portrayed outside of where they live. So give us some of that misconception, because like you just said, the first time you introduced the Bun B, Pimp C's on one side, Bun's on the other side, they killing it, they tearing the show up. They ain't even talking at that point. So where was that disconnect between these two icons? And for people that don't know, they still icons, they still were cool. Where was that disconnect at to where they weren't even in the same with one another? Where'd that happen?
All I can speak on is like, you know, what Pimp told me. So I what Pimp told me, what Mama West told me, what, you know, the family, you know, so okay. One thing was the shit to do with the free Pimp C shit. Now, me and Pimp talked about this a bunch of times. He would tell me a lot of shit about it. And if he would have sued, he would have had to sue Bun. So that's why he didn't sue. So then it was, and I'm telling y'all shit that my nigga told me. So that's what I had to learn, like, okay, the reason people be saying whatever is because I know shit that other people really don't know. Like, and then other people know shit that I don't know. So he told me, like, okay, and Mama West, Pimp was getting about 12.5 to, he can get 15 if he wanted it, a show. I think Bun was getting about 7,500 at the time when Pimp got out of jail. This is what was told to me. Now somebody else might say, well, Bun was getting this. I don't know. That Bun ain't my friend, never was. I couldn't tell you what. All I know is what I was told. So for some reason, like Mama West would always say, you know, I ain't gonna get into that, but if you getting 7,500 and Pimp getting 12.5 to whatever he want, you know, I think there was like some salty feelings about that. But what did you expect? Like, he been in prison. When he come out, of course, y'all know how the game go. When you come out of jail, you hotter than you was. You feel me? So the demand for Pimp was, ain't no way to sugarcoat it. The demand for Pimp was way more than the demand for Bun. You see, y'all understand?
Yes, sir.
So, but this is the stupid part about it. If they did a show together as UGK, they was getting 25,000. So both of them getting 12,500. You know what I'm saying? But whatever kind of brother, you know what I'm saying, brotherly feud they was having, they couldn't even get past that to just get to the money. If y'all just do all UGK shows, and both y'all getting 12,500. But that wasn't able to happen. And the third thing that he would always tell me about was just the way, and I seen this for myself when Jeezy came to Houston, and it was in the middle of the whole, oh Lord, we be damn near at war with Atlanta when, you know, it was in the middle of all that. You know, because Pimp kicked that shit off on my album, on Certified. That's when he really started like going at Jeezy on the skits and on True Story and on yeah. He picked my album to do that. Like I was like, appreciate it, bro. Like, but I'm riding with him though the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we there, and Jeezy got up out of there quick. Like Jeezy did not say goodnight, Houston, none of that, because he already knew. Like we looking at him. The VIP was above the stage, so we looking down at him the whole time. And Pimp is dancing and singing his lyrics, but Pimp looking right at him in his eyes, like, you know what I'm saying? And so Jeezy got up out of there. And Jeezy left drama on the stage. That's how fast he got up out of there. Like, and we looked around and Bun was gone. And so it kind of messed us up at first. And then while we leaving, Pimp get a couple phone calls, and they said Bun was, you know, back there with Jeezy. Like when Jeezy left or whatever, Bun hurried up and went and met with you. This is what came to Pimp after that. So we went straight back to the high rise. Pimp had a pre-production setup studio in the high rise where we would record stuff. Oh, UGK posse get back there, and that's when I seen him when he called me in the room. They're like, he's shedding tears again over Bun, because he like, how he gonna leave? You know what I'm saying? At least when we in Houston, even because Bun was fucking with a lot of the niggas that Pimp was saying fuck them niggas, and Bun wasn't saying that. That's just to make a long story short, cut and dry. That's just what it was. Pimp was saying fuck this nigga, and Bun, you know, might have had formed, well, I ain't no might to it. Bun had formed friendships with these people and whatever while Pimp was in jail. And, you know, Pimp didn't feel the same. Pimp didn't love everybody Bun loved. But what Pimp expected was for loyalty and unity to be shown, at least, you know, like this nigga's in Houston. He in H-Town. You shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't sit right. Like, you stand next to your little brother, you know what I'm saying, regardless when something going down. And this was a situation where it really could have went down that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Bun, I seen this shit with my own eye. Like, it's like people be wanting me to lie, but I'm just telling you what happened. Like, and so when we seen that shit, yeah, we went back to the high rise and recorded a couple songs that wasn't that nice about Bun and Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just that, man. I mean, it wasn't what you would expect it to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like when people be thinking like I wanted it to be like that. Do you realize I'm a UGK super fan first? You know what I'm saying? So when you get there, you want to see what you've been hearing all these years, you know, the brother type, whatever. And then you get there and you see, well, all right, it ain't really like that. Now, Pimp was everything I thought he was going to be and some, but y'all know how it is. Y'all done met artists or people before and they not what you thought they was going to be like. You know what I'm saying? Like we come up with these preconceived notions of people because we listen to we listen to them, we hear their lyrics, we hear their music, or we watch them, their movies or whatever, and we form. Everybody do it. We form this whatever of how we think they probably are. Well, Bun wasn't nothing like I thought. Pimp was everything I thought and some. Like I was pretty much spot on. The way Pimp rap is the way Pimp is. I can say that. It's true. Bun is the opposite. Like Bun, you like when Bun rap, you gonna hear Killer when Bun rapping. You gonna hear this street nigga, this and that, and then when Bun talk, you hear Professor. Like it's that fucking simple. So it's like Bun put on his Bun B suit before he go in the booth. Like, he get in the character and go in there and do that. Pimp just go in there. Like that's Pimp. When you hearing Pimp rap, that's him. When you hearing Bun B rap, no, that's Bun B the character, the artist. Because Bun B the man, he make Trill burgers and he teach at the college. Make sense? Pimp really in them streets. Pimp really out there touching the dope boys and touching the flatbackers and the Cadillacers and the Pimp really out there. You know what I'm saying? Bun, no, that's not what. So that's what like meeting them. You know what I'm saying? Like what I got from it and shit. I just roll with my nigga. Like I said, I love Pimp. Pimp love me. I don't have to love everybody that Pimp love. Pimp ain't love everybody that Bun love, so don't expect me to love everybody that Pimp love. Especially when I know it hurt my partner. If you did something that hurt my partner or hurt his mama, I don't respect you. I ain't got no love for you. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but obviously I'm not supposed to think like that. Well, what kind of nigga would I, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you a fake ass nigga if you do anything other than that. Because if you really fuck with Pimp, his mama was the most important woman in his, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, that's that. I give zero fucks. Sorry, y'all. Y'all asked for it. Right.
Those diss songs, did they ever see the light of day? You guys talk what y'all did, or did they kind of like talk to like?
Which one?
You see, y'all made a song about Jeezy and Bun B.
Yeah, it was called. We still got it. Only a couple people got access to it. We ain't going. I don't think we plan on putting that out. We keep it to listen to it for ourselves. We did a couple records that night. That was just one of them.
Right. Now, take us back a little bit to the we had the whole rant, going at Atlanta, Jeezy. How was the tensions back then between Houston and Atlanta? For him pretty much saying that Atlanta wasn't the real South.
Okay, well, thing about it was real, but you had a couple. Well, now you had people who knew that that's not what it was. It wasn't Atlanta versus whatever. Like when Pimp had, like I said, Pimp lived in Atlanta, so he had love for Atlanta. It's just the way stuff would come out, and but when he had soldiers on the ground like Big Gip, Goody Mob, all the OGs, all the people that knew, like now. But then I can tell y'all, I was in Atlanta when he did that interview, and he called me. It's called Hot Beats. I don't know if it's still there, but I had just left Patchwork and I went to Hot Beats. And 2 Chainz, he wasn't 2 Chainz at the time, he was Titty Boy. And he had a couple of his homeboys with him, and they was in the it's like a lobby part when you walk into the studio, then some glass doors. And when you go back behind the glass doors, then you going in the studio A, B, C, D, whatever. Well, I'm back in the studio, and all I hear is Pimp voice coming through shit. Where they playing the interview in the lobby where Titty Boy and a couple of his partners was at. And it wasn't necessarily Titty Boy or 2 Chainz, but the dudes that was with him was getting a little worked up. You know, they was getting a little rowdy or whatever. And I'm in there with a big ass UGK record shirt on, big ass UGK record piece. Big, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious who I'm with, and I just happen to be in Atlanta while he's actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's on the air and they playing it, whatever. So, long story short, it ain't nothing but some words get exchanged and they separate us and we do whatever. I get in the back. Him called my phone. He didn't just got off the radio. He said, man, I was in studio A or B. He said, man, look, go in studio D right now. And I'm like, in my head, I'm wondering like, how you know which one I'm in anyway? So I like, how you know I ain't in D already? So I go ahead, go to D. And he said, look, sit right there, don't move. Wait about 20, 25 minutes, it's gonna be a black Yukon out there. He said, if it ain't black, it's gonna be gold. Take it. I had a little bro with me and I had my producer and my cameraman all in with me. So he was like, take your crew, tell nobody, you know what I'm saying, don't move until I call you back and tell you they're there. Man, we sat there, all we knew was a truck pulled up. I still don't know who this was driving this truck. They came, picked us up, like came and got us out that room, escorted us to the truck like it was some Secret Service shit, and took us straight back to the goddamn hotel, like, get up out of here. And I'm like, anyway, when we get back to the hotel, I'm like, bro, they wasn't gonna do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They was in there mad, you know what I'm saying? But he was saying, bro, I had to get you out of there. He had told me when I was in there too. He said, go in there and tell him, you ain't fucking with me no more. Go in there and tell him, fuck Pimp C. That nigga pissed me off. Tell him, he said, make up something. He was just trying to do anything to make sure I got out of there safe. You know what I'm saying? But he hadn't already made the phone calls to Mama West or somebody. I don't know who called the Yukon X-Man, but I'm telling y'all, I still don't know who that was driving that Yukon. Whoever you was, dude, tap in. We'd like to thank you. But yeah, and then just got us back to the hotel. So it was tension, but it wasn't like I think it's just it was a lot more people in Atlanta. Their feelings were hurt. It wasn't the kind of tension where it's like you feel like it's finna pop out. You know what I'm saying?
So in Pimp C's book, you have actual writings from Pimp C. It almost reminds me of a Tupac book, his poem book. You see the writing.
Man, preach on it, man, please, because they don't read. We just need them to read. If they read, they would know the whole story. Well, not the whole story, but they'll know a lot. Like,
absolutely. Shout out to Julia for doing her thing on that book as well.
Yeah, and she needs to do an audio version, like I told her in the first place, because niggas don't read. What you want me to do? I'm not lying. They get mad when I say it, but
right. So look, in the book, he's reading, he's in jail, he's talking. I forgot who he wrote it out to. He's thanking people, talking about different people, and he talks about how Bun had visited him and he's just hurt from it. And we have brothers, you know what I'm saying? And some people have a different type of relationship with you than you really have with them. And it seemed like that was kind of the situation between Pimp and Bun, because anytime that we've seen any type of physical writing or anything, it seemed more hurt than anger or beef or anything crazy. He was genuinely hurt by what
he was hurt, man. That's what. Didn't I just tell y'all I watched my partner cry over Bun too many times? I watched Mama West cry over Bun too many times. Like, fuck you if you don't like me because I don't like Bun. Fuck you in Bun if that's how you feel, because he hurt the people that I love. How am I supposed to give a fuck about a nigga who hurt? That's like if somebody hurt your brother or hurt your mama. Like, I don't mean hurt them physically, but you know what I'm saying? Just they hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not gonna like that person either, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I say less then.